Is there something that a lot of companies can do that doesn't cause such a strain? I imagine it's very tops down if you're going to make hard gates and whatnot with product that's pushing timelines. That's a big pivot. Is there something companies can do in the interim to help?
Some of the easiest stuff to do is the things that try to balance that impact to developers, right? So when you can say, I just need you to add this tool to your CI pipeline, that's lower impact than saying, I need you to go and document all of the functions and your input assumptions. There is some balance there where there's only so many of those, right? You can throw in static code analysis in your CI/CD pipeline, right? And that's great, and that moves the needle meaningfully. There's only so many things that can be caught at that level, though. Tech people really don't like when you say this, but security documentation is so impactful, and it is really not very fun for people to write, but documenting security assumptions and security controls and hardening guidelines and is so impactful because one, it empowers your customers to make informed security decisions, but you will be surprised how that is a forcing function for your development teams to realize, hey, maybe we should have added this option, or you know what, actually that doesn't really make sense, or it's a forcing function for you to think about, like, how would people actually use this? How would they actually lock it down and be secure? And if you can't write a cohesive story to empower your customers to do that, like, that's actually really powerful. Yeah, the things that are the least impact to developer workflows, but you run out of those very quickly and suddenly it becomes very disruptive.
What is the best way to manage or help a team of researchers, aka hackers, thrive?
It's understanding those archetypes, right? Most security researchers are tinkerers at heart. They are just super, super curious people, and they will do the best work when you let them follow the threads they find. They will follow the things they think are interesting. And so not putting so many rules and restrictions, like everybody has to find 5 vulnerabilities every quarter. A lot of the metrics that I see people try to put on security researchers can actually have the opposite effect of trying to get them to instead meet their metrics, instead of recognizing that at the end of the day, these are just simply super, super curious people, and they're going to do their best work when you just empower them to be really curious. Just put some guardrails in place where you want them to at least stay in the right area. And that also extends past like the immediate thing they're looking at, right? Understanding that curiosity isn't just in one thing, right? They may be curious about adjacent products. They may be curious about some of the supply chain, right? That curiosity empower them to pull those threads, because it will usually come back with something really interesting. Right? The really best security researchers in the world that I've met, the reason they leave organizations is they try to control them too much, right? Instead of appreciating, like, empower this person to be curious and they will find stuff